Hey guys, we are back in the topic of banking. I hope that everything's been going well on your end. Today we're going to be on page 287, 288, and we're talking about finding simple interest. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, this is probably going to be the most difficult part that you're going to learn in the process of banking. It can be pretty easy if you allow it to be, but it can also be really confusing. So it's important to get the formula down first and then move forward, which luckily our book allows us to do. Simple interest is found using the formula I equals PRT. And that sounds super weird. I'm sure you're wondering right now, what is I, what is P, what is R, and what is T? Well, I is interest. We are trying to figure out what the interest is. P is going to be your principal. Principal is the money borrowed or loaned. So interest equals principal times R times T. What do you think R is going to be? I can't hear you, but I'm hoping somebody's responding right now. R is going to be the rate of interest. Rate of interest is the percent of the principal that is charged on a loan or paid to a debtor. So we have interest equals principal times rate times T. T is going to be simple. It is time. Time is a period of loan and is always going to be referenced in years. Remember, I'm using these parentheses just to show the difference of grouping, but also because grouping means multiplication. So interest equals principal times rate times time. The example it provides for us, it says Sam Autry borrowed $2,000 for 1 year at an interest rate of 12%. At the end of the year, how much will Mr. Autry have to repay? So what's our formula? Interest equals principal times rate times time. We're going to plug all of that in. Interest equals principal. What was the principal money borrowed? He borrowed $2,000. So I equals, first parentheses is going to be $2,000. I don't need to put the dollar sign for this, but later on that'll be important. Times R times T. What was the rate of interest? The rate was 12%. I cannot leave this as a percent when I multiply. So remember, to change a percent to a decimal, I just move the decimal place 2 places to the left, and that allows me to multiply. So 12% would be 0.12. And then my last thing is time. For time is asking us how many years did he do this, and the question specifically says at the end of the year, how much will he have to repay? Because he borrowed $2,000 for 1 year. So I only have to put a 1 right here. And this may seem super crazy. I hope you're not stressing out right now. But it's going to be a pretty simple process as long as you follow your order of operations and the formula right here. First, I have $2,000 times 0.12. 2,000 times 0.12 should be super easy for you guys because you've done a lot of practice with it. Remember, start with this first one. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. 2 times 4 is going to be 4. I'm going to add a 0 here, and then I have all my 3 zeros from that. 1 times 2 is going to be 2. Add it all up. 0, 0, 0, 4, 2. Is my answer 24,000? Not at all, because I have 2 decimal places I need to account for. 1, 2. So I am left with 240.00. Remember, when I have 0.00, that's not really necessary. So if you guys want to, you can completely get rid of those and just say it's 240. But the question now becomes 240 what? This 2,000 was borrowed. He borrowed $2,000. So that's when I said, now we got to bring back in that dollar unit. We have $240, and the next process would be to use our time. That would be times 1. 240 times 1 is going to be pretty self-explanatory, though. That is just going to be 240. Now, is my answer I equals 240? My answer is not 240. The reason why is because it says Sam Autry borrowed $2,000 for 1 year at an interest rate of 12%. It's great. We've applied all of that. However, the question then says, at the end of the year, how much will he have to repay? Well, the interest is the interest is the fee charged for the use of money. That means that this $240 right here, all of that is brand new stuff that he's going to have to pay back for the bank allowing him to borrow. The bank allowed him to borrow the $2,000, and so he's gaining interest because the bank's not going to give you $2,000 just for you to pay back $2,000. So what I need to do is take the initial amount of money he borrowed and add it to this $240 right here. You remember he borrowed $2,000, and then he has an interest of $240, and I'm going to add that together. Simple math right here, $2,240. That is finally going to be my overall total. So my interest is what I have to find first, and then I need to add that back to the original amount he borrowed. This should be relatively simple for you guys, but if you have any problems, circle anything, ask your sub, and I will go back over it all when I return. We probably need to do the full practice of this again. I know you guys have been doing a lot of work, and we're getting close to the end of the year. So keep it up. I appreciate you guys doing well for your subs, and I look forward to being back soon.